Hey everyone, it's Sean here, your guide to Warcraft, and today we're going to be getting the Jewelhammer's Focus, another one of the 8.1.5 tools of the trade, this time for Jewelcrafters. So you want to make sure that you have a level 120 character, you want to make sure that you have maxed your Kultiran or Zandalari Jewelcrafting, and then you want to do the quests that will be offered to you. They don't really warrant a guide, so once you've done the quests, you will be given the Jewelhammer's Focus recipe, where you need to get a few very specific items, including 5 Kraken eyes and some Expulsum. But there are some more interesting parts that you may not be familiar with. The first is the Azurite powder. So across, well, in Tiragard Sound and also in Vol'dun, just down in the southern area, you want to be looking for the Ashvane Company. The Ashvane Company NPCs all have a chance to drop the fine Azurite powder, but be warned, this is quite a grind. You need 50 of them and the drop rate is incredibly low, although it does seem to have a higher drop rate from the Tol Dagor dungeon. They drop it more often and they drop it in higher quantities. Now, there's really two ways that you can handle farming in the dungeon. If you're of a higher item level and the ability to solo the dungeon, you can go in and try and solo it. Or what I tend to do, which I found to be a bit easier, was I queued for normal mode Tol Dagor, cleared the dungeon up to the last boss, and then I went back and just killed the Ashvane NPCs. I just found it a bit quicker overall, but really it's kind of what suits you. If you want to do it in the open world, if you want to try and solo it, if you want to do it in a group, that's fine. Next up, you'll also need a diamond-studded spyglass. This drops from the last boss in the Freehold dungeon. You can do this on normal, heroic, or mythic. Just not mythic plus, doesn't drop there. And next up, you need an unrefined Azurite geode. This drops from Azurok in the Motherlode dungeon. Same rules apply, normal, heroic, or mythic, just not mythic plus. Now, once you have all of those materials, you can now craft your Jewelhammer's Focus, which can actually give you some gems, and it has the ability to remove a gem already socketed into your gear without destroying it. So if you have a Kraken's Eye in your gear, you can unsocket that without having to buy a new one. So this is actually one of the better tools of the trade items. I didn't actually have any gem sockets on this ult. I was having a look to demonstrate, didn't even have any, so can't actually show you that, but it's pretty straightforward of what it does. And it has another function of you can actually get on a daily cooldown some gems. So different zones have different shrines where you can get gems. So in Tiragard Sound, you have the blue shrine. So let me demonstrate. Once a day on one shrine only, you can click the shrine, summon your focus, and then inside the pool will be a geode of gems where you can kind of pick a color. Now, not all of them will be that color, but they will all be kind of related to that color. So here we've got the blue shrine giving me a majority of blue gems. In Drustvar, we have the purple shrine. Obviously, all coordinates are going to be on screen as well. And this was me trying to do it more than once a day. First time trying to do it, and I realized, yeah, only one shrine a day. Next up, in Stormsong Valley, this is where the yellow shrine is located. So like I said, you can kind of pick and choose what shrine you want. So if you've not got much of one color of gem that you want to try and make some gems for, maybe for ults, you can just get a few gems for free. They're pretty cheap anyway, but, you know, free is better. Then in Zuldazar, up here, we have the other shrine. This is the green shrine. Now, if it's the opposite faction's continent, there will be quests telling you where the shrines are, and you will have to restore the shrines before you can actually use them. So if you do want some of the other colors, you will have to put some work in first, but they're relatively pretty easy. There's just like another one of the dungeon ones. So same if you're Horde, if you want to use the Kultiran shrines, you will have to restore those shrines as well. But once you've done the quests, you may kind of forget where the shrines are, so if you need to revisit them, that's more of the purpose of the video here. So if you've forgotten where a shrine was, I mean, I forgot where most of the shrines were immediately, so it's good to have some kind of aid to help you out. So yeah, once a day, get a geode of gems, and you can also remove a socket from your gear already. So Jewelcrafters, I think you have it pretty nicely. The ability to remove a socket and get some free gems is not that bad. The problem is obviously the grind to get it. Getting that 50 Azurite powder will take a few hours, so it's up to you whether or not this is kind of worth the grind. Personally, I think this is one of the better of the tools of the trade. But that's all for this video, so thank you very much for watching. Links are down below. Be sure to subscribe for some more videos. I'll see you next time.